1 week ago, I left everything in England to move to a remote Indian village nestled in the jungles of the Himalayan foothills. And this is my journey. Join me every weekend on my adventures. Okay, so rewinding back to summer in the UK, Sabre and I were enjoying the hot, long days. I knew I'd be leaving him soon, so I was intentional with the time I spent with him, and I cherished every moment. Hi. So the tiny cabin has been closed up for the foreseeable future, and Sabre is now in safe hands with my dad and his new little nephew, Ixie. The past few months, I have been working, saving, and preparing for this big, open-ended move to the northern state of Himachal Pradesh, India. In July, cows moved into the field opposite the cabin, and this season, for the first time, I watched the spring babies on the river grow up and transform into healthy adults. The swans and all their 7 cygnets suddenly reappeared at the end of summer, and the babies were now almost mature enough to separate from their parents. Our neighbouring female moorhen now had herself a new partner and 2 babies, which was honestly one of the most wholesome things I've witnessed. My last week in England was so full on, and even after months of preparing, I still found myself feeling not 100% ready yet. But I do think that with any big leap, you may never feel ready, because you cannot fully prepare for the unknown. Therefore, if you can, take the leap as soon as the desire to arises. In the midst of working, attaining visas and preparing, I took a lot of time to mentally ready myself for such a huge life change by checking in with my mind and my body often. My journey took me from Gatwick Airport in London to Doha Airport in Qatar and onwards to Amritsar Airport in the state of Punjab, India. Right now, I am living on a yoga and meditation retreat in a tiny fishing village that houses just over 150 people and many more cows. The monsoon has meant the sandstone road out of the village has become treacherous. In an attempt to fix this, every year locals are paid by the government to infill the road. I was shocked to see wild growing marijuana just untouched and growing in abundance on the roadsides. Here, roads are also filled with cows. Being a holy animal in India, and therefore protected by law, means that they are around every corner. People here even carry huge loads of grass to ensure that they are well fed. I felt captivated by everything here. Close by, a modest village sits on the hillside. Located here is the local school. Much more housing and services, products and food for the nearby inhabitants. Beyond here, you reach more people, more vehicles and more noise. A larger town sits by Pong Dam with all the usual activity of people going about their day. Okay. The sounds. The sounds in this place are like, honestly, so beautiful. I'm right in the jungle here and it's in the foothills of the Himalayas. So the array of bird life and just generally wildlife is just nothing like I've ever seen before. It's just insane. It's about 6:15 at the moment and the sun's already risen. I just missed sunrise. I'm still adjusting to the time difference here and I've been here for like 4 or 5 days now. Yeah, I'm going to do some meditation and go for a wild swim, which the water, it's the warmest water I've ever felt. I've been bitten quite a lot since being here. You can probably see there's like a collection of bites where the mosquito just nibbled on me. But I've been using the sprays quite a lot and that helps. But there's nothing like mosquito bites, like the itch. But yeah, I've got my camera with me because this garden, it's something else. Like, it's a work of art and the wildlife just thrives here. And so you find, I'm looking at a toad right now, just saw a water snake, the birds. So yeah, I'm just going to capture loads of nature. So yeah. Okay, so I just finished I've been in this yoga shala now for 3 hours because I've just been like in awe of the thunder and the rain and the sounds going on because the birds were just like going off when it started thundering and I could hear a peacock in the distance, which is just not what I expected a peacock to sound like. It's very strange. I thought it was like a human in the jungle, like moaning and crying. I was like SOS, like someone needs to get down there, but it's actually a peacock. So that's kind of crazy. But yeah, I've just been filming for hours because it's the first like full downpour I've seen since being here, as we're still coming at the end of the monsoon season. And so I was just like, just the look of like raindrops falling off the plants and in the water and had me really inspired. So I just had my camera out for ages. And then I just did a yoga session, which honestly, hands down, that was my most favourite yoga session I've ever experienced so far. As soon as I got here, for days, my voice didn't go above a certain level because I just felt this constant blanket of calm, like just from my environment. It's just, so blissful compared to the chaos of modernity and civilization and, society. So, yes, I just did a workout, which is why I'm still rather sweaty right now. I didn't film it though, but I just did I have an app on my phone, which is like a godsend. I've had it for a while now, like a year. I think it's called Timer something. I don't even know, I'll have to look. But I just did 3 sets, like a little hit set. I haven't exercised in over a week, so I'm not going to do a huge amount. And then I did 5 sets of 100 skips, which I've been doing. I bought a skipping rope with me because I just thought that is just such a wise thing to do because there's not a gym here and a skipping rope's so light. So yes, I'm very glad I bought that with me because it's just a really fun exercise actually, skipping. And now, I'm waiting for the rain to stop so I can run back into my room. so my camera doesn't get wet, not because I care about the rain. But I really want to go swimming actually in the lake, because that would be amazing. And it's so misty. This is the mistiest I've seen it, and it's been very misty since I arrived. But yeah, I haven't managed to see the Himalayas yet because it's been so misty. But as soon as that burns off, they reveal themselves apparently, and I cannot wait for that moment. Yeah, and I can't wait to get my drone out so I can get some aerial shots of the Himalayas, which is ridiculous. Oh, can't wait. As it's coming towards the end of the monsoon season, there's this dewy mist that lingers in the air, cloaking the hills and islands and leaving behind misty silhouettes, creating this mysterious atmosphere as new layers appear and disappear throughout the day. Since being here, I've not had many words to speak and to think. When you leave the noise and rush of civilization to the silence and stillness of nature, you find that there isn't many words, and therefore thoughts needed. You find that you communicate with yourself through your body and your instinct, and less so with your thinking mind. Words are the tools we use as humans to label and categorize our reality. Yet, something I recently realized is that even though all separate things in life have their own word and own meaning, all of these things are derived from one thing, one place. To us, a tree is a tree, a cloud is a cloud, and a bird is a bird. Yet, all of those three things are really just parts of one ultimate thing, that is consciousness. Without yourself here, right now, to perceive the tree, the cloud, and the bird, they simply would cease to exist in time and space from your perspective. Every being alive right now is a segment of such consciousness, for differing times and from varying perspectives.